Dear graduates, on behalf of the Florida State University Alumni Association, I want to congratulate each of you as you join more than 371,000 living FSU alumni around the world on this special day. I'm Dan Berger, class of 1989, and chair of the FSU Alumni Association National Board of Directors. It is a massive achievement to graduate from Florida State. Your degree will take you places you never could have imagined. It will open doors, keep doors open, and connect you to each and every Seminole you meet for the rest of your life. Use what you've learned here, as well as your talents, to reach the world for good. Rise to meet each challenge with the unconquered spirit of Florida State University. I hope you'll find your home in this amazing alumni community by joining one of our 53 Seminole clubs in the United States and abroad, or by joining our many networks, including the Young Alumni Network. I also encourage you to become a member of the FSU Alumni Association, where you'll have access to networking, career resources, entertainment, and much more. Congratulations, and welcome to the FSU alumni family, and go Noles. Dear graduates, on behalf of the Florida State University Alumni Association, I want to congratulate each of you as you join more than 371,000 living FSU alumni around the world on this special day. I'm Dan Berger, class of 1989, and chair of the FSU Alumni Association National Board of Directors. It is a massive achievement to graduate from Florida State. Your degree will take you places you never could have imagined. It will open doors, keep doors open, and connect you to each and every Seminole you meet for the rest of your life. Use what you've learned here, as well as your talents, to reach the world for good. Rise to meet each challenge with the unconquered spirit of Florida State University. I hope you'll find your home in this amazing alumni community by joining one of our 53 Seminole clubs in the United States and abroad, or by joining our many networks, including the Young Alumni Network. I also encourage you to become a member of the FSU Alumni Association, where you'll have access to networking, career resources, entertainment, and much more. Congratulations, and welcome to the FSU alumni family, and go Noles.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Please be seated. We are happy to have you with us. The ceremony will begin in a few minutes. I have two requests. First, when it's time, please stand for the processional, the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the recessional. My second request is that except for the times when I've asked you to stand, please remain seated throughout the ceremony. The ceremony will last just 1 hour. We ask respectfully that you stay until the end. During the conferral of degrees, a professional photographer will photograph each graduate walking across the stage. Each graduate will receive proofs of the pictures, but there is no obligation to buy them. And finally, we ask everyone please to silence your cell phones. Thank you, and again, we are glad to have you with us.
Well, good evening. How are you doing? Everybody good? Fantastic, fantastic. Well, I'm John Thrasher, president of Florida State University. Yeah, man, thank you. Thank you very much. I welcome you to our spring commencement exercises. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. It's a rowdy group tonight, I think, we got here. I want to thank Associate Provost Rick Burnett for leading the pledge. We're assembled this evening to pay tribute to our graduates who have worked hard to earn their degrees and who will today embark on new journeys. And I want to tell you all something. When it's time to yell and hoot and holler, do it. We love it. We love it, okay? And graduates, on behalf of all of us up here, we wish you the very best and congratulate you on your incredible success at Florida State. I'd like to take just a minute to identify some of our graduates who have made some remarkable achievements while at Florida State University. And I'd ask you to stand. We'll have the lights on. If you're graduating today with honors in your major, please rise. Please rise. Honors in your major. Congratulations. Thank you. If you're a member of the Garnet and Gold Scholars Society, please rise. Back there. Thank you. If you're graduating cum laude, please rise. Thank you. Thank you. If you're graduating magna cum laude, please rise. Thank you. And if you're graduating summa cum laude, please rise. And if you're graduating with a perfect 4.0 grade point average, please rise. All right. I told the group earlier that I could have added all of my grade point averages together and they wouldn't have been 4.0, but that's fantastic. Congratulations to all of you all for incredible accomplishments at Florida State. Florida State University also distinguishes our graduating veterans, our active duty personnel, and our graduates of our ROTC program with a special red, white, and blue honor cord in recognition of their service to the United States of America. If you're among that elite group, would you please rise so that we can thank you for your service to our country? Please rise. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to recognize our special guests on the platform. Please stand as I call your name. First again, Dr. Rick Burnett, Associate Provost. Thank you, Rick. Mr. Brian Barton, Associate Dean of the Graduate School. Thank you, Brian. Mr. Deontay Brown, Assistant Dean of Undergraduate Studies. Dr. Tom Blumberg, Dean of the College of Criminology and Criminal Justice. And Dr. Murray Gibson, Dean of the College of Engineering. I just love his cap and gown. I really do. And also, first and foremost, at my house, I'd like you to say hello to the First Lady of Florida State University, my wife, Jean Thrasher, as some of you know, Gigi. Thank you, darling. Yeah. 56 years of yows, yeah, 56 years. So on this occasion, it's also appropriate for us to recognize, for you all particularly, for our graduates, this day would not be possible without the assistance and support of their parents, their spouses, other members of their families. So graduates, let's rise, please stand, look for your family and loved ones in the audience, and let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Come on. Yeah. Joining us by video on the screen above is our student body president, Mr. Jonathan Levin, who has a few words of welcome.
Hello, My name is Jonathan Levin, this year's student body president, and let me start off by saying congratulations. Today is about us, to look back on the good days, the bad days, and think about the memories we established right here today. Around 1 year ago, we were sitting in our living rooms with what it seemed to be like our world in shambles. Some of us were thinking we would return to campus quickly, when others were thinking the exact opposite. None of us truly knowing what was going to happen. But here's what I do know now. The class of 2021 is beyond resilient. Students from across the globe, but especially here at FSU, redefine what it means to be unconquered. But now we have an opportunity. The opportunity to take the skills we were taught, the strengths we acquired, and the character we have developed into what we call the simulation out into the world. As Seminoles, it is our duty to be the shining light in a room full of darkness, to stand when everyone else is sitting, to live a life with a moral compass in hand, and to seek excellence in all that we do. Now, that's all the advice I truly have, especially from someone that's your age. So if you remember anything from this speech, remember a 4-letter word: home. Here at Florida State, many of us have found a home, a place where we sat in a room together and discussed big picture ideas on how to further our institution, a place where we learned theories and lessons to develop us as individuals, a place where a random roommate turned into a lifelong friend, a place where you might have fallen in love or heartbreaks might have occurred, or maybe, just maybe, a place where a Tuesday afternoon turned into a courtyard day. Recall these memories and experiences that have made us who we are today and will be the root cause for who we are in the future. Never forget that here at Florida State University, you have a home. Class of 2021, congratulations. And as always, and for the rest of our lives, go Noles.
Good, Jonathan. Jonathan graduated earlier this afternoon, and has been our student body, student government president for the last year as a member of our board of trustees, and he's headed off to the United States Air Force to serve our nation. He's done a great job. Congratulations, Jonathan, and thank you again. So at this time, I typically, at these graduations, start to introduce the commencement speaker, right? So this year, the commencement speaker needs no introduction. It's me. So good luck to all of you all. But actually, I've done it 8 times, so it ought to be pretty good, or at least by now, understandable. And actually, I did one 20 years ago also, so I've had a little experience. But I also realize that my little speech stands between you and getting your diploma. So I promise you, it'll be brief. I really will. I promise. Let me start by this. Let me start by saying this. I'm absolutely, and everybody up here absolutely is thrilled that we were able to gather today in person for your graduation. Absolutely. Nothing gives Gene and I more joy than seeing students who have come to know over the years cross this stage with their caps and gowns, having achieved their dreams of a degree from Florida State University. And after the year we've had together, with the sacrifices that all of you all have made, remote learning, virtual events, social distancing, you deserve this celebration. You really do. On behalf of all of us up here and your faculty members, thank you for your resilience, thank you for your patience, thank you for your flexibility, and more importantly, thank you for your hard work. We appreciate it very much. Yeah. So these ceremonies for the class of 2021 will always be a little extra special for me for another reason, because they're the last that I will preside over as president of Florida State University. Thank you for not cheering for that. I appreciate it. Seriously, we usually think of graduation ceremony as a celebration of the end of something. For you, that may be the end of 4 years or more of classes, of study sessions, of exams, and yes, hopefully a little fun. Maybe sometimes a little bit too much fun, but that's another time. We've passed that. For me, the ceremony comes near the end of 6.5 years on this job that I've learned something new every single day. The calendar's filled with meetings, and the tests for me come from in the form of ever-evolving crises and challenges. And of course, I've had a lot of fun also. Like many of you, I've enjoyed interacting with some of the best and brightest students in the country, learning from some of the most interesting, smartest, distinguished faculty in the world, and meeting people who have opened my eyes to different points of view and life experiences. I've enjoyed Fried Chicken Friday at Swanee Dining Hall. I love fried chicken. I really do. Hope marks the commencement of a new chapter of your lives, just as I'm about to turn another page in my life story. I've had many new beginnings over the years, and they have always been a combination, a thrilling combination of exhilaration and a little bit of fear. Maybe you all are feeling some of that now also. I've learned a few things over the years that I'd like to share with you, and again, I promise they'll be brief. First, I'd tell you to have the courage to step into the unknown. Someone once said, there is no failure. You either win or you learn. That certainly has been true of me. I'm reminded, frankly, of the first time about 30 years ago I ran for state representative. I ran the campaign myself, along with Gene. We didn't win, but I sure did learn something. The next time I ran, I hired a campaign manager. Second, let me say this. Do your part to promote civility. That is so important today. You all know what's going on in our world. It's tough, but civility is so important. Whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's on social media. And let's say this, there will always be in life people we'll disagree with. I say stand up for what you believe in, but remember this. If you want to be heard, you also have to listen. Think of how much better this world would be and how many more problems we could solve if we would only take the time to truly understand each other. Third, I would say this to you. You've had the enormous privilege of receiving an education from one of the best public universities in America. In fact, a top 20 public university. And parents and loved ones, you should also know that Florida State University has the best four-year graduation rate in the state and one of the top 10 in the country. If I was downtown talking to the legislature, I'd say a lot more, but you all know what I'm talking about. This is a good place. It's a good place. So I say to you, to graduates, please give something back in recognition of what you've been given. Whether that means volunteering in the community, mentoring a student, contributing to a cause that's meaningful to you, or maybe even running for public office. Finally, I would say this. Believe in something bigger than yourself, whatever that means to you. For me, my faith inspires me to always strive for the greater good, to serve others, to find joy in the simplest of things. It strengthens me in the darkest of times and gives me hope that our brightest days are still ahead. None of us knows exactly what is in store for us. I can assure you, when I graduated from Florida State University in 1965, I never would have imagined, and most of the people around me I'm sure did too, that I would ever be one day be president of Florida State. But now you all, you're ready to graduate. And so a new adventure begins. Wherever your journey takes you, I challenge you to take what you've learned here and make the world a better place. Yeah, absolutely. That's what Florida State has prepared you to do, and we need you now more than ever. I know you can do it. I know you will do it. I know this because we are Florida State University. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Go Noles! Thank you very much. Go Noles. All right. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I'd like everybody to stand, if you would. Let's sing the hymn to the Garnet and Gold. The words are on the screen above us. Please rise. Now my good friend, Mr. Mark Ziegler has some words for you.
This is the part you've eagerly awaited, the conferring of academic... You may be seated. This is the part you've eagerly awaited, the conferring of academic degrees, and it doesn't take long. We respectfully ask that you wait until the end before exiting the arena. I also want to remind our graduates to bring your yellow name cards to the stage when you come forward. You will note that we have provided hand sanitizer as you approach the stage. We encourage you to use this, but please be certain to protect your ID cards from moisture so that your name remains legible. If you are comfortable, you may remove your mask as you walk across the stage. In keeping with CDC safety protocol, please let's avoid handshakes and go with the fist and the elbow bumps instead. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mark. And now, as I like to say, let's get ready for the main event, the conferral of academic degrees. For the conferral of doctoral degrees, I recognize Associate Dean of the Graduate School, Mr. Brian Barton.
Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor on behalf of the graduate faculty of the Florida State University to present the candidates for the doctoral degree.
Thank you, Brian. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate doctoral degree for which you have qualified. Our heartiest congratulations. All right. And now that the doctoral degrees have been conferred, will the recipients please come forward and be recognized?
Will Dean Murray Gibson of the College of Engineering please come forward? Anwar Al-Kamatki, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering. Andrew Kyle Baldwin, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. Tadu Mendonca Fagundis, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. Srichand Telakapalli, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering. Oluwatosin Paul Theophilus, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering. And Michael Debibi Warku, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering.
You know, I just point out that we don't have as many at this particular ceremony doctoral graduates, but you know, we're doing 11 of these, so they're spread out over 11 different events, so they're not as many at any one time, but we're very, very proud of our doctoral degrees. Thank you all very much. Let's give them a hand. And now for the conferral of master's degrees, I again recognize Associate Dean Brian Barton from the Graduate School.
Will the candidates for the master's and specialist degrees please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor on behalf of the graduate faculty of Florida State University to present the candidates for the master's and specialist degrees.
Thank you, Brian. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate degree for which you have qualified, whether the master's or the specialist. We extend to you our heartiest congratulations. Hear it for them. And now that the master's and specialist degrees have been conferred, will the recipients please come forward and be recognized?
Will Dean Murray Gibson of the College of Engineering please come forward? Bowe Jin. Jacob Koos. Kashif Liaquat. Zachary Mercer. Melanie Monroe. Catherine Abiyaja Hernandez. Ankit Manesh Patel. Bingyu Su. Zhangjin Wang. Timothy James Wilms. Yu Zhang. Will Dean Tom Blomberg of the College of Criminology and Criminal Justice please come forward? Laisa Francisca Abreu Rivera. Amber Alvarez. Bethany Constance Anderson. Gary Isaac Baldry. Claudia Berrios. Tyler Matthew Bowling. Hayden S. Thomas Elias Rodriguez. Casey Florence Holmes. Cheryl Elise Nicholson. Dale Thomas Owens. Demetrius Anthony Pigford. Tatiana Quiros. Kimberly Rose Saxing. Scott Stephen Thoffner II. Selena Marie Wappelhorst. Nedra Setkik.
Let's give them all a big hand. Congratulations to the Masters. All right. Now recognize Assistant Dean Deontay Brown for the conferral of bachelor's degrees.
Will the candidates for Bachelor of Science degree please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty of the Florida State University to present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Thank you, Deontay. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the Bachelor of Science degree. We extend to you our heartiest congratulations. And you may now change your tassels from right to left. And now that the bachelor's degrees have been conferred, will the candidates please come forward so we can recognize you and congratulate you individually.
Will Dean Murray Gibson of the College of Engineering please come forward? Amro Mustafa Abdullah. Tasha Alexandra Acosta. Andrea Gabriela Aguilera Pino. Emily Grace Alfaro. David Antonio Alisea. Travis John Amaral. Sergio Arana. Daniel Arias. Jacob D. W. Athey. Rafael Antonio Barragan. Colin Andrew Bean. Sean Bean. Tariq Bishnak. David Brooks Bishop. Joshua James Blank. Jake Robert Blyer. Richmond Thomas Bowen. Charles Andrew Brenner. Kira Lily Bronstein. Stephen Joseph Brown. Martina Buktinica. Andre Burbano. Julia Madison Burrows. Melu Michelle Burrows Vargas. Sydney Milan Cameron. Roderick Levon Campbell Jr. Tyler J. Camposano. Maria Laura Canonico Castro. Michelle Marie Arias. Bond E. Lindley Cantrell. Christian Wade Capper. Juan Diego Castro. Corey Zen Cates. Gabrielle Wenching De Leon. Jessica Michelle Cavallari. Dylan Isidro Cedeno. Simon Cherry. Lauren Elizabeth Chin. Connor N. Chuppy. Michael Stephen Korak. Georgie Cowan. Matthew Crespo. Alexis Cross. Jenna Rose Cutrone. Lauren Daly. Esteban Eduardo Delfino. Julia Palmer Dennis. Jackson Dallas DiGiovanna. Zoe Claire Dillahay. Patrick Dale Dixon. Nolan Dyer. Richard Walter Elmore. James Thomas Evans. Joaquim Adriel Fight. Joseph Daniel Fagari. John Wesley Flournoy. Ryan Matthew Floyd. Matthew Fowler. Hunter Frankenberger. Corey George Fuller. Nicholas Garcia Minduina. Javier Garcia Rodriguez. Nicholas Michael Gerdak. Christopher Allen Gibson. Anthony Patrick Edward Ging. Daniel Alberto Goldoni. Mackenzie Graham. Jacnel Alejandro Graterol Andrade. Brandon Green. Grant Matthew Groom. Alejandro Guerra. Caitlin Marie Gertner. Bradley David Guthrie. Ethan Hale. Jake Stephen Hamilton. Kevin Hartzog. Taylor Austin Harvey. Chandler Daniel Hatcher. Hunter Sterling Hayes. Rebecca Jo Hess. Jacob Charles Holdsworth. Madison Sierra Jaffe. Tristan Ronald Jenkins. Claudia Bellin Hemino. Leon Tommy Johnson Jr. Hoja Antania Joseph. Valian Danny Joyce. Nicholas Jungers. Hannah Elizabeth Kelsey. Panos Paul Karatzis. Talia Kotler. Brandon Clay Kowalski. David Kaiser. Austin Lee Lefevre. Dalton David LeClaire. Megan Lager. Emil Levichev. Ryan Loving. Angelo Dino Menolfi. Emma Martin. Adrian Javier Martinez. Nathan Shane McDonald. Madison Lee McGlone. Elizabeth Kimberly Meinert Spiker. Alonzo Mendoza. Catherine Rose Mendoza. Diego Mendoza. Logan Robert Mercado. Andre Mercier. Hugh C. Merriday. Claudia Mibelli. Robert Clark Miller III. Christina Morrow. Riker W. Mullenix. Marshall Neckreiner. Gabrielle Nicole Nelson. Alexander Joseph Knoll. Jordan Michelle Noyes. Alwell Chinoye Nwachukwu. Trevor John Abel. Sawyer Ayers O'Brien. Hassana Janice O'Connor. Madison May Orlowski. Adebayo Alawatamilian Ashanusi. Merve Ozer. Nicholas Allen Pelestrini, Jamarl L. Parker, Michael Parkhurst, Harshal Semrabai Patel, Jared Patch, Dimitri Payik, Samuel Joel Perlman, Rachel Pesic, Whitley Brian Pettis, Christopher William Pettit, Nicholas Picard, Jacob Robert Pfeiffer, Christian Dale Pollock, Melanie Anna Porter, Alexander N. Preddy, Marisha Proby, David Enrique Real, Shane Philip Reed, Griffin Owen Riley, Alvaro Daniel Reyes Jr., Tanner David Rhymes, Asher Rich, Emily Nicole Reaney, Jerome Rivas, Hannah Grace Roberts, Thomas Maxwell Roca, Daniela Rodas, Derek Elaine Rodriguez, Camilo Alejandro Romero, Joseph Anthony Rowley, Alonzo A. Russell, Matthew Sabo, Ninette O. Sanchez, Veronica Nicole Sanchez, Brett Stephen Sanderson, Alyssa Marie Santana, Andrew Francisco Centayo, Thariah Sargent, Austin Bart Saunders, Megan Lynn Scott, Jake T. Seaman, McKenna Sebastian, Morgan August Sefcik, Dakota Schuyler Silverman, Ryan James Simpson, Maxwell Stephen Siriani, Sage Eliza Smith, Zachary Daniel Smith, Jesus Eduardo Sosa Perez, Corey Patrick Stanley, John Glenn Storms, Juan Diego Tapia Bros, Sabrina Beatriz Torres, Yasmin Adriana Torres Moncayo, Stefano Fabian Sutsumi, Edwin Ralph Mardochi Ulissi, Max Jacob Urscheller, Leonardo Velasquez, Antoinette Nicole Velasquez, Gabrique Adrian Vera, Julian Alberto Villamil, Lin Jean Vu, Nathan Joseph Walser, Jared Niles Walton, Elizabeth Lanny Watkins, Catherine Diane Watson, Peter Huckleberry Watson, Teresa Marie Weaver, Jordan Wide, Thomas J. Williams, James Alexander Wilson, Jared David Wolber, Evan Woodard, Jonathan Wozni, Noah Theodore Keith Wright, Jonathan Anthony Yepes, Kyle Nicholas Humans, Gavin Ronald Young, Guadalupe Zepeda, Robert William Zub, Marcus Christopher Hatchett, Alexander Stefan Wozni, Melissa Christine Molina, Andrew Wayne Zubowicz, Brittany Michelle Lemke, Michael Joseph Macedo, Thomas Lusso, Will Dean Tom Blomberg of the College of Criminology and Criminal Justice please come forward? David John Aceball. Megan Elizabeth Achura. Jack Aton. Christine Ann Aleon. Jamie Bernice Alexander. Taneja K. Alexander. Leila Alfaro. Edward Alfred. Dwayne Lamont Allen Jr. Jordan Nicholas Arrington. Amos Estride. Caitlin Ann Avalone. Emmett Conrad Bach. Alexander John Balzitas. Matthew Lewis Barnaby. Christy Batista. Cameron Turner Ball. Marcus Alexander Bautista. Brooke Michaela Baylor. Catherine Nicole Benson. Erin Patrice Blair. Michaela Lori Blumley. Justin T. Barrero. Victoria Nicole Boudreau. Samantha Nicole Brockmiller Rasmussen. Allison Claire Brown. Casey Lee Brucato. Sasha Lauren Brune Wilbo. Thomas Capobianco. Lee Carabali. James Walter Carey. Rosa Junley Cartagena Ruiz. Serena Ivy Caskell. Alec Carey Cassell. Grace Castillo. Michael David Caswell. Olivia Lucille Singh. Victoria Maria Sierra. Reese Asher Clark. Garrett Matthew Coleman. Mason Danker. Shurik Das. Anaya Renai Davis. Shelby Lynn Day. Allison Delaney DeGroat. Juvens King DeLeese. Claudie L. DeRise. Bianca Angela Devaney. Andrew Gary DeVore. Mariamanda Diaz. Kathleen Alexis Mina Dinoso. Blake Andrew Disney. Assis M. Donathan Miller. John Robert Donnelly. Nicholas Bradley Dorn. Raquel Tavilla Doyon. Lauren Nicole Dozier. Garnice Janae Eccleston. Quentin England. Derica Pershanda Fletcher. Tamaya C. Footman. Emily Franco. Kathleen Nicole Fuentes. Caitlin Elizabeth Gallagher. Kendall Reese Gallagher. Alexis Gant. Emily Garcia. Trevor Joseph Gardella. Morgan Gardner. Marianne Miriam Gantus. Brandy Gomez. Claudio Ronnie Gonzalez Zacharias. Bianca Gonzalez Mendez. Gabrielle Marie Graydon. Jake Zachary Greenberg. Brandon Cheyenne Green. Haley Elise Greco. Jayana Gudger. Britta Robin Gunlogson. Kennedy Faith Bree Hall. Victoria Lynn Hall. Kitawana Shania Hammett. Essence Arian Hart. Jack Henry Herdman. William E. Hessa. James Hondros. J.C. Ann Hooker. Amanda Catherine Horton. Patriana Shadidrick Harris. Vashon Howard. Megan Elizabeth Hunter. Joseph P. Iano. Julia Noel Incoraya. Alexa Daniela Isaac. Lila Mohammed Ishmael. Nia Jansen Dogan. Tyler Houston Johnson. Cole Augustine Jones. William Bryant Johnson. Kayla Renee Joseph. Alexander Eric Canner. Bishoy Ferris Kerr. Jamie Lynn Kershaw. Sierra Nicole Kinsey. Caitlin Dakota King. Alyssa Grace Ann King. Tiffany Michelle Knepper. Rachel Heather Klein. Shania Lake. Elizabeth Nicole Lacey. Milena Inez Lefebvre. Tiffany Lornell Lee. Antasia Joynisha Jenkins. Brady Osceola Latchford. Joshua Levin. Darnisha Leonard. Jacob Drew Leggetti. Ryan Clark Linton. Roni Levinson. Aaron Lyons. Gilberto Lozano. Dalton Lowry. Daniel Robert Mezzarato. Olivia Grace Mattia. Caitlin Christina Malloy. Adriana Karina Mendez. Emily Jewel McManus. Marina Lindsay McCalvey. Olivia Lynn Mary. Edie Mendoza. Max M. Minucci. Jacqueline Michelle Miles. Stephanie Meza. Gabrielle Luz Marino. Jessica Mitchell. Benjamin Andrew Newcomb. Tanith Ray Murray. Jean Paul Morgado. Connor Matthew Niklinski. Matthew Dean Olander. Emma Abiala. Daniel Alexander Nunez. Sarah Rose O'Neill. Miranda Lynn O'Neill. Julia Patelis. Nicole Elizabeth Pardon. Stephanie Owens. Nicholas Thomas Peel. Monica E. Pitts. Rachel Pinnell. Corey Andrew Pine. James Jacob Plans. Sophia Michelle Polo. Tamisha Sierra Poo. Jamina Maria Portocarrero. Joseph Powell. Eilish Margaret Power. Hannah P. Promozic. Destiny Janice Taylor. Jonathan Pupo. Louis Jacob Quad. Carissa Aubrey Quintero. Maggie Lee Radford. Norman Jose Ramos Amaya. Hannah Lee Randolph. Casey Elise Rangio. Megan Reed. Nicole Lynn Rice. Igdalius Ariel Rivera. Alexandra Roeder. Tronika Ross, Jorge Huguetzeli Ruiz, Thomas Anthony Ruriani, Natalia Angelita Rusidi, Ali Mansour Sakez, Skylar Page Salzman, Justin David Sanderson, Emily Marie Schneider, John Thomas Sills III, Lev Simon, Connor Reese Smith, Kendall Nicole Smith, Danielle Andrea Stacy Wheeler, Maximilian Tadeu Stalmach, Madeline Claire Schweitzer, Matthew Tanky, Victoria Tejeda, Paula Angela Trigg, Madison Alyssa Triolo, Sarah Uribe, Vashad Malik Vareen, Jan Carlos Villalona, Zaina Vincent, Rachel Page Vogel, Allison Scher Wagner, August Monet Waller, Wyatt William Walther, Parker Ryan Webb, Tyler Worley, Caitlin Rose Weinstein, William D. Welch, Caitlin Ann West, Aaron Elijah Williams, Chase Parker Williams, James Albert Williams III, Samantha Carolina Williams, Shamira Willis, William Mancuso Wilson, Courtney Catherine Wood, Emily Ryan Wright, Antonia Yepes, Nicholas Zorba, McCrae Elizabeth Riley, Rebecca Ann Williams, Christine Catherine Wren,
All right, let's give them another big hand. Wow. Congratulations to all of you. We're pleased now to welcome you as alumni to Florida State University. As you leave Florida State, I want to remind you that you'll always be a Seminole. We hope you'll come back often, consider this campus your home, and hopefully stay in touch with all of us. I want to thank the people who helped put this on. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, and so let's give them a big hand. And thanks specifically to Mark and James for reading the names and handling that. Yeah, thank you guys. Following the recession, we'll ask the graduates to stay seated and then exit toward the end of the rear of the hall. The recession will be led by the platform party. I want to thank all of you all, the families, for coming tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting your graduates. And to the graduates, God bless you. Go Noles.